What is going on, guys? In today's video I will show you the top 3 best sword and shield builds in Monster Hunter Wilds. So in this guide I will give you a quick overview of each setup, then I will explain what skills and upgrades should you focus on, then as well we'll see what is the best gear and how to get it, and then finally we will go over the jewels, talismans, your skill rotations and even different stages of progression, so we would be able to get the highest damage possible and much more. If you are looking for any of these builds on the website for their stats or more specifics, then click my link in the description or the pinned comment. So moving over to the first setup, which is the wide range SNS build. For this we are going to be combining sword and shield with the hunting horn to create a very powerful synergy. The sword and shield is renowned for its balanced approach, providing a mix of quick attacks, defensive blocks and unparalleled mobility. Its agility enables us to execute quick strikes and reposition rapidly, which makes it ideal for exploiting monster vulnerabilities. But then on the other hand, the hunting horn serves as a dual purpose, so we can do big blunt damage and play melodies that give us buffs for entire party. By performing specific note combinations, we can enhance attack power, defense, elemental resistances, and more for not only ourselves but our allies. This weapon combo addresses multiple combat aspects from dealing damage and defending to providing crucial support, which makes us highly versatile. The hunting horn's buffs complements our sword and shield offensive and defensive strengths by giving us a balanced and resilient DPS dynamic. To optimize the wide range strategy, selecting armor pieces and abilities is crucial, so for skills we are going with the wide range at level 5, critical status at level 3, then also level 3 paralysis attack, level 3 burst, level 3 earplugs, level 3 free meal, level 3 mushroom answer, and level 3 item prolonger. Then next we have critical jaw at level 2 and power breaker at level 2, while for the rest of them we have at level 1, which is the guard up, ebony, Odogordon's power and the impaired wisdom. Next up we have equipment, and for the sword and shield we're using the Lala Akontrophen, with decorations like the Paralyzer Javel 3, Crit Status Javel 3 and the Shield Javel. While for our second weapon we got the hunting horn called the Resounding Galahad with just one Sonoros Code Javel. Next we have our gear pieces, and on the head we're using the G Ebony Helm. Then for chest we got the Sealed Coat with the Destroyer Javel. Then for arms we got the Battle Vambraces with the Earplugs Javel. Then for waist we have the G Ebony Coil with the Destroyer Javel and the Friendship Javel. Then on legs we got the Melachoya Roots with Earplug Javel. On talisman we got the Extension Charm 3, while on the mantle we have the Corrupted Mantle. And now finally, let's take a look at the gameplay. So we want to initiate combat by starting fights with the hunting horn to deploy essential buffs, which will strengthen ours and the team's overall performance. Then next we want to switch to the sword and shield for close quarter combat, utilizing its speed and defensive capabilities to deal consistent damage while maintaining mobility. And then when our team requires additional support, we can transition back to the hunting horn to refresh buffs or place echo bubbles strategically by ensuring continuous advantage throughout the battle. Then for the second setup, we got the Greatsword full crit build. For our combo, we are using the Greatsword with the sword and shield. The Greatsword is known for its massive damage potential, delivering powerful charged attacks and capable of staggering or toppling monsters in few seconds. However, its considerable size results in a slower movement and attack speed, requiring us to anticipate monster behaviors and position ourselves strategically to maximize damage output, while on the other hand, the sword and shield combination will offer a balance of offense and defense, characterized by rapid attack speed, high quality and the unique ability to use items without seating the weapon. This versatility allows us to adapt quickly to various combat scenarios, making it an excellent complement to the Greatsword's more deliberate playstyle. Integrating the Greatsword as the primary weapon and the sword and shield as the secondary will give us the playstyle to switch between high damage, slow attacks and swift precise strikes, and focusing on a crit build will enhance effectiveness of both of these weapons by increasing the likelihood of landing a critical hit, thereby we can amplify our overall damage to the max. To optimize the full crit strategy, selecting armor pieces and abilities that complement both of our weapons is crucial. So for main skills we're using the critical boost at level 5, Agitator at level 5, Weakness Exploit at level 5, and Constitution at level 5. Then also we got the Focus on level 3, Coalescence at level 3, and Antivirus at level 3. While then for the last 3 we got all of them at level 1, and they are the Handicraft, Gore Magala's Tyranny, and the Flinch Free. Next up we have equipment, and for Greatsword we're using the Varianzi with the reinforcements like the attack, affinity boost and attack boost, while for decorations we go the critical javel 3, critical javel 2 and focused handicraft javel. Then for the secondary weapon we go the Lala, Acanthrophen, sword and shield with decorations like the paralyzer javel 2, crit status level 2 and shield javel. And next we have our gear pieces, and on the head we're using the G Fulgur helm with the phoenix javel, then the Arc Vulcan mail with the challenger javel and the phoenix javel. Then on arms we go the G Arcveld vambraces with 3 physique javels. Then on waist we have the Gore coil with the challenger javel and the phoenix javel, while on the legs we're using the Gore greaves with the challenger javel and 2 Saint javels. And lastly for talisman we got the Exploiter charm 2, and for mantle we have the corrupted mantle. And now finally, let's quickly take a look at the gameplay. We always want to begin the encounters by utilizing the greatsword charge attacks to deal substantial damage, and focusing on the monster weak points to capitalize on the increased affinity from the weakness exploit. When the monster becomes more aggressive, or if you need to reposition quickly, then switch to the sword and shield. This allows for continued pressure with the rapid attacks and provides the flexibility to use items or block incoming attacks effectively. Both of our weapons will benefit from maintaining high sharpness levels to maximize damage and reduce the chance of attack bouncing from the monster parts. So I recommend to equip skills like the handicraft to extend sharpness, or carry whetstones for on-to-go sharpening. We can also utilize the agitator skill by taking advantage of the moments when monsters are enraged, because your increased attack power and affinity during these periods can lead to significant damage bursts. And finally, your ability to switch between the greatsword and sword and shield allows you to adapt to various combat situations. So use greatsword for deliberate high damage openings and sword and shield for sustained damage, defense and item utility. So moving over to the next setup, which is the weakness exploit SNS build. This is a combo between the sword and shield with the bow that has insane DPS output and synergy if used properly. The sword and shield by itself offers a balanced mix of offense and defense, characterized by quick attacks, the ability to block and exceptional mobility. Its design enables us to execute rapid strikes and reposition quickly, making it ideal for exploiting monster weak points at close range. And then on the other hand, the bow provides us with a nimble ranged option, capable of delivering sustained damage from a distance. Its versatility allows for charging shots, applying coating for various effects and executing special attacks like the Dragon Piercer. However, effective stamina management is vital, as many of the bow's powerful attacks will consume stamina. So in the gameplay part I will explain this a bit further. So then when we combine all of this with the weakness exploit, the likelihood of landing critical hits when attacking monsters will become huge. So at level 1 it will grant us 5% affinity increase on weak points, with additional 3% on the wounded areas. At level 5 these bonuses will escalate to 30% and 20% and etc. This skill significantly will boost damage when focusing on a monster's most vulnerable parts, so that is going to be one of our main gameplay goals. To optimize the weakness exploit strategy, selecting armor pieces and abilities is crucial. So for skills we're using the critical eye at level 5, then Flayer at level 5, Constitution at level 5 and weakness exploit also at level 5. Then we got level 3 critical element, level 3 recovery up and level 3 antivirus. And then for our last skills we have all of them at level 1, which are the Dragon Attack, Part Breaker, Guardian Arcveld's Vitality, Gore Megalis Tyranny and the Flinch Free. Next up we have equipment, and for our sword and shield we're using Verduloto with reinforcements like affinity, attack boost, affinity boost and sharpness. While for decorations we got the Expert Javel 3, Expert Javel 2 and Crit Elemental Dragon Javel. While for the second one we got the Angelbane bow with reinforcements such as affinity, sharpness, affinity boost and attack boost. While for decorations we're using Critical Javel 3, Expert Javel 3 and Precise Javel 3. Next we have our gear pieces, and on the head we're using the G Arcveld helm with the Flayer Javel and Physique Javel. For chest we got the Arcan Vulcan mail with the Flayer Javel and a Physique Javel. For arms we got the G Arcveld vambraces with 3 Menacing Javels. For waist we got the Gore coil with the Flayer Javel and a Physique Javel. Then for legs we got the Gore greaves with the Flayer Javel and 2 Saint Javels. And then for talisman we got the Exploiter charm 2, and for the mantle we will use Corrupted Mantle. And now finally, let's take a look at the gameplay. So we want to initiate combat by beginning encounters with the bow to attack from a distance, by aiming for the monster weak points to capitalize on the increased affinity provided by the weakness exploit. Then for close range engagements when opportunities arise, we wanna then switch to the sword and shield to engage into a melee combat and utilize its speed and defensive capabilities to continue targeting weak points effectively. And lastly, for continuous pressure, we want to alternate between the bow and sword and shield to maintain relentless pressure on the monster so that we can ensure consistent exploitation of its vulnerabilities and do the highest damage possible at the same time. So let me know what you think about these builds in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, then you definitely don't want to miss my previous top 5 best builds video, where I showed even more powerful builds. So click the screen now and I'll see you in the next one.